If you were asked what is the American dream, what would you say? Would you say owning a nice home? Would you say finding a job and climbing up the corporate ladder? Would you say a stable family life? Or would you say something else? Would you say it's the chance to grow, the chance to change, the chance to better yourself? Would you say the dream is opportunity? Every year, people across the country graduate from college, but everyone knows this comes at a huge cost.
Tonight, World News is back with a wake-up call for your wallet. We were stunned to see this number today. Over the past 30 years, college tuition and fees have skyrocketed. Look at that, 570%.
If Debbie Downer were giving a speech to this year's class of college graduates, it would probably go something like this. Congratulations, graduates. Not only have you accumulated decades worth of student loan debt, but there's a good chance your degree will not do anything to help you find a job to pay it off.
These are the days in May when young men and women are capped and gowned, their hands clutching diplomas, their ears tuned to some wise person telling them, "You are the future." For many deep in debt with few prospects, that future looks pretty bleak.
Many Americans know that college costs are jumping to unprecedented rates, but many people don't know why. With vast amounts of information, it can become confusing. But simply put, the cost of college is often not only tuition, but room, books, travel, fees, and personal expenses. Together, this can really add up. A student can hope for financial aid to bring down the cost. Financial aid can include grants, scholarships, and reasonable loans.
Actually pay, which is what most of us are concerned about, the net price, the net tuition, actually rose more than that, and rose for the first time in quite a while. And that's because the amount of financial aid that particularly the federal government, because that's how you come up with the net price. That's what students actually pay. You subtract out what kinds of support.
These are the grants, the loans.
Exactly. And so the grant aid from the federal government, which had been really sharply increasing from in the late 2000s, actually started dropping the last couple of years.
So with aid dropping, it is important to know the average cost of tuition. For a 4-year private college, it is about $116,000 for 4 years. For a public out-of-state college, it's about $87,000. And for a public in-state, it's about $35,000. But with all this, how does it actually have an impact?
Well, stopped me from buying a home. It definitely eats away at all of my income. I pay probably a week's worth of my take-home pay to my student loans, and I'm already 7 years into paying them, and I have, I think, 15 more to go. People did not think about the cost of college and how much, also student loan rates were much lower. 3% maybe, 4%, probably tops. And no, it wasn't something that you thought about because you always thought you would just graduate and make all this money, and that's kind of how it was told to you, like, you're just going to graduate, you can pay it later.
And well, it was definitely a big adjustment after 6 months when I had to start paying them back. Because the first 6 months after you finish, it was like nice and easy and you get that break, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, this is a lot of money that you have to pay all at once. So it was a big adjustment. It's been about 2 years now, but it was a big adjustment to go from already having a budget and then having to pay that extra bill every month. I had probably 3 schools that I was deciding between, and one was a private school, one was out of state, and the third was Temple. And so I gauged how much money I got from all 3, and Temple still either way was the most affordable. So in the long run, it seemed to make more sense to go there.
It's not all about the job that is going to pay the most money, but you gotta love what you do. It's gonna be a long 50 years or however long it ends up to be. I think it's completely absurd how expensive a college education costs, and it doesn't seem to really be getting affordable for people to go to college. I mean, you're not just talking about the cost of classes, you're talking about the cost of a book. I mean, the cost of a book at the community college is more than the cost of a class. So I took an accounting class that the cost of the book was twice as much as the cost of the class. And in accounting, it was a tax accounting class, and you know, tax laws change every year, so it was useless. The next year you couldn't even sell it back. So it's just, I mean, there's so many ways you can make it more affordable, but it's one of those things I'm not sure that it's going to happen. And it's a shame because education is really an answer to a lot of things that are wrong with this country.
But why should Congress and the U.S. as a whole focus on this issue and look to make college more affordable for everyone? It is because the students of today are the innovators, problem solvers, and future of this nation.